What's up guys, Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to Daily Dose of Transfer Gossip. Today is Tuesday, the 15th of August. And we've got a fair amount to get through today, so just before we get started, as always, if you could show support by leaving a like rating, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, make sure to press that subscribe button for daily FIFA content and press notifications tab next to it to receive alerts about my videos. If you missed yesterday's video, it'll be down below in the description box. And today's question of the day actually relates to something later on this episode. Would you prefer the transfer window to shut before the season even starts, or what it currently is? Let me know your answers down below in the comment section. But now, let's jump on to confirmed deals. The very first player is going to be Varela, going to Penarol from Manchester United for an undisclosed fee, and currently they're not on FIFA 17. The next player is going to be Habibou, going from Lens in France to a team in Qatar called Qatar SC, again not currently on FIFA 17 for an undisclosed fee. Then we move on to Marvin Martin, going to Stade Rennes from Lille for a free transfer. He's acquired by Adama Traore, going to Team currently on FIFA 17, but will be on FIFA 18. And that is Göztepe in Turkey from FC Basel, again undisclosed fee. Sergio Rico of Sevilla has signed a new contract until 2021, so a 4-year deal for him. Then move on to another Spaniard. This time is Javi Garcia, the former Man City man, joining Real Betis from Zenit for a fee of 1.5 million euros. And now we've got the full confirmation of Sofiane Feghouli going to Galatasaray from West Ham for a fee of 4.2 million euros up front, but every season he stays at Galatasaray, they have to pay another 3.8 million euros. And like I mentioned last time, West Ham got him on a free transfer, so it's profit at the end of the day. And the final player today is going to be someone not on FIFA 17, but he has been on previous FIFAs before, and that is Paulinho, the former Spurs midfielder, has been confirmed as an FC Barcelona player from Guangzhou Evergrande in China for a fee of 40 million euros. And that puts him in the top 5 most expensive Barca players of all time. I think he's number 4. And they've also put a release clause in there of 120 million euros, and to be fair, I can't see any team activating that. And now just before we move on to potential deals, the very first thing I want to talk about is what I mentioned for question of the day. So basically, the transfer window will shut before the start of the season, and new changes are expected to be approved by the Premier League next month. So I'm not too sure if that'll come into play next year. It could be like 3 or 4 years down the line, but either way, I personally think it's quite a good move. Obviously, most places will stay open until 1st of September, but the Premier League could end just short of halfway through August. It does change quite a bit, but I think managers are fully behind it because it guarantees they get the new signings in for pre-season. But like I mentioned, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. But now, let's finally jump on to potential deals. The very first one is according to Hertfordshire Mercury. Udinese goalkeeper Karnezis will sign for Watford, Newcastle, or Crystal Palace, according to his agent. And to be fair, this informed cover right here was pretty damn good for a fair amount of time with FIFA 17, especially being a link-up player to Kostas Manlas and Socrates. And now we've got about 3 or 4 rumours in a row regarding Chelsea. So the very first one is according to Daily Mail. Chelsea make a £20 million bid for Danny Drinkwater this week, but Leicester are reluctant to sell him for less than £30 million, so still a difference in valuation. And a particular midfielder Chelsea sold a couple of weeks ago, being Matic United, to be fair to him, he seems to have settled very quickly. The next rumour is according to Evening Standard, and the player is going to be Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. So Chelsea are growing increasingly confident that will agree a £35 million deal to sign midfielder Oxlade-Chamberlain from Arsenal. And despite the fact that Oxlade-Chamberlain only has 1 year remaining on his current contract at Arsenal, Arsene Wenger seems very adamant he's not going this summer. So like Alexis Sanchez, he may be a free transfer next summer. Next up, we move on to Alexandro, and according to Sky Italia today, Chelsea are back in for Alexandro. Juventus though still don't want to sell, but Chelsea may now be relying on the left back asking to leave Juventus this summer. They have already got rid of Dani Alves as well as Bonucci from last season, so to be honest, I can't see it happening. Next up, we move on to Diego Costa, and there was an interview from Diego Costa yesterday which I covered in yesterday's episode, and he doesn't seem happy at all with the current situation. He doesn't really want to leave Chelsea, but his relationship with Antonio Conte is pretty much done. So Sky Sports are reporting that Diego Costa has been fined 2 weeks' wages for not returning to pre-season training on time last month. So overall the fine is £300,000. Chelsea want Costa to come back to the UK to start training, get match fit, and put himself back in contention for selection. And the saga does seem very strange because Antonio Conte, the manager, he said to Costa via text he's not in the plans for next season, so why they fined him? I'm pretty sure I read somewhere as well that Conte, he told Costa to find a new club. So surely Chelsea wasn't going to expect him to return to training after all of that. But it does seem like a very strange one, and finally according to Daily Express, Chelsea are ready to spend £130 million before the end of the transfer window to keep manager Antonio Conte happy. and that could be them trying to sign Oxlade-Chamberlain, Danny Drinkwater, and Alexandro. Next up, we move on to Jesse Rodriguez, and according to various different sources today, Stoke City will sign Jesse Rodriguez on loan for the season today. The Telegraph were saying he had a medical yesterday, and it should have been completed yesterday, but as of right now, it's not been confirmed. He was very close to going to Fiorentina, but fair play to Stoke for getting this one done. Next up, we move on to Jack Wilshere, and according to Tuto Mercato today, Juventus have entered the race for Jack Wilshere, though Newcastle remain the favourites for the Arsenal star. Now, they're definitely throwing the word Arsenal star around very easy there, but either way, Jack Wilshere to Juve would be a pretty interesting one. And of course, so far this summer, Juventus have been into a lot of centre midfielders, and now Jack Wilshere is the next one. And this one is according to Calcio Mercato. Inter Milan are interested in Man City duo Nicolas Otamendi as well as Mangala. Now, I doubt Otamendi would be available, but Mangala, I'm pretty sure he is. And next up, we've got a very short update regarding Arsenal striker Lucas Perez and a potential return to Deportivo La Coruña in Spain. A man called Rodriguez Fernandez Lovell, who's actually one of his representatives, has said Lucas wants to play in Spain. And that is despite speculation at the moment saying Newcastle might go in for him. Next up, we've gone to Joe Allen, and Sky sources understand that Joe Allen will not be sold in this summer transfer window. And Stoke have told Swansea directly they won't entertain any more offers for him. And now Sky Italia are reporting that Riyad Mahrez's agent is trying to persuade Roma to increase their bid to £40 million, including add-ons. The Serie A clubs so far have offered £31.8 million and have no plans to bid again for the Leicester City man. They have imposed a deadline of midnight on Tuesday for Leicester to respond to their latest offer. If they don't respond or reject that bid, they'll move on to alternative targets. And next up, according to Sky Sports, West Ham are in advanced talks to sign Sporting midfielder William Carvalho for £30 million plus £10 million additional fees. And they also mention he's not in the Sporting squad for their Champions League qualifier tonight. And now, according to Daily Express, Manchester United win to match Sergio Roberto's release clause if he pushes for the Barca exit door. Alongside Manchester United, he has been linked to Juventus as well as Chelsea over the last 3 or 4 days, and some places are saying potentially he could be considering leaving Barca. And I think the clause is around €40 million or £36 million. And next up, according to Damasio, a deal between Fiorentina and Genoa is done for Giovanni Simeone, worth €15 million plus €3 million in bonuses. And next up, we move on to Carlos Bacca, and according to various different sources today, the Marseille and Monaco target is to complete a loan deal with an obligation to buy to Villarreal this week. They haven't mentioned how much the obligation to buy will cost, but he has been a target for West Ham in the past, and now, again, could be going to Villarreal. Next up, we move on to Serge Aurier, and according to L'Equipe today, Tottenham have a provisional personal term agreement with PSG Serge Aurier. And just in the last 1 or 2 weeks or so, he has been linked to Manchester United and Chelsea as well. So it does seem the case that Aurier will be leaving PSG, but one thing to consider, I have seen a fair amount of sources say that Aurier has agreed personal terms with United and Chelsea, but nothing happened. And very quickly, keep on topic of Tottenham, according to Daily Mail today, Danny Rose will not be sold by Tottenham during this transfer window. And that is despite that interview which Shinzi has apologised for, where he mentioned Tottenham's transfer business as well as their wage structure. Next up, we move on to Jean-Michel Seri, and according to a journalist called Ed Aarons today, who works at The Guardian, Liverpool officials are understood to have made contact with Nice in recent days to inquire over Seri's availability. The Nice president has mentioned that if a club pays €40 million for Seri, it's somewhat of a clause for him, and they'll accept that. And back onto the report from Ed Aarons, the club are looking for alternatives to Naby Keita, and said the deal is more likely to be achieved next summer. And the Nice president said back in April, if a club offers €40 million tomorrow, he'll go. But again, back onto the report, any move for Seri may have to wait until Nice have played their Champions League qualifier against Napoli. The second to last one today is according to Daily Star, who, to be fair, not very reliable. Atletico Madrid are reportedly eyeing up a move for Mesut Ozil next summer if Antoine Griezmann leaves. Some places are even saying last couple of days if Atletico sell Oblak to PSG, Griezmann may even leave the club this summer. And the final piece of news today is an update regarding Mbappe and his potential move to Paris Saint-Germain. So according to RMC today, Mbappe and his entourage will meet with AS Monaco's representatives before Friday to definitively sort out his future for this summer. And on your screen will be a tweet from Mbappe yesterday. It's a picture of himself with emojis with the Monaco colours as well as a peace sign. And that could genuinely mean absolutely nothing. We'll have to wait and see. But that is going to be the final one for today's video. So as always, if you enjoyed it, show support by leaving a like rating. That'd be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, make sure to press that subscribe button for daily FIFA content and press the notifications tab next to it to receive alerts about my videos. If you missed yesterday's video, it'll be down below in the description box. And today's question of the day, would you rather the transfer window end before the season starts, or or when it currently ends at the end of August? So let me know your answers down below in the comment section. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.